Good evening, folks. So once we get loaded up here tonight, we're basically going to take a chill moment here and just mine some resources. We're going to be venturing into the nether, and hopefully we will be gathering some blackstone, maybe some ancient debris, and seeing what we get out of this. Basically, what we're doing is we're hunting the blackstone for the castle keep in the village, so we can get that done. And if we get bored doing that, we will continue on the storage system for the moss farm. I've got a little bit of resources I got to get for that, namely iron and some more redstone, so we can make some more comparators and stuff. But as we get loaded in here, you can kind of see where we're at here. So I've finished the moss farm, and like I said, this is Silent Whispers moss farm design. But I modified it a little bit so that I can get the moss drops. And also have the bone meal tying back into it. So it will feed itself, which is kind of what I wanted it to do. But it will also give us plenty of moss and flowering azaleas and seeds and carpets and regular azaleas. It's a very efficient design. It has quad stone generators which pump into the center here, which then is power. There's a moss block which is bone mealed, and then turn it on for you guys. You can see it in action here. Come on. There we go. So with the moss blocks, there's some strange mechanics going on that allow you to have the moss underneath. However, when you bone meal it, it will travel up to 4 blocks vertically to actually produce the moss, which is really nifty. And this thing puts out a lot of stuff. I'm going to let this run for a hot second just so you guys can see. And it just keeps producing. And as you can see, it is feeding itself. Now, Silent has it so that all five outputs are double speed, either chests or composters. And I wanted to have the moss block drops because we're using that as part of our decoration for the village wall. So I wanted to have the drops, but I also wanted the bone meal so that it would be self-sustaining. Now you do have to prime the system with at least one stack. It really, you only need like 8 pieces per dispenser, but I put one stack in each one just to be on the safe side. And then it will actually start producing right off the bat, but since we had the skeleton farm, I went ahead and loaded it up so that it wouldn't have to prime the system too much. And so we've been running this thing for about 2 minutes now. Let me turn this off here because it's loud. Alright. And just like that, we have that much stuff in here. Now tell me that's not crazy output. So hopefully, which I'm not for sure on, but I'm hoping that this bubble column dispenser will be able to handle the output of this to feed into the storage system. If not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to feed into a silent item elevator. We'll probably split it up so that there's 3 silent elevators, one for each chest, and then run it into this line here. But we'll have to see what it can handle first. And then, so the moss farm puts out 5 items. It puts out seeds, regular azaleas, flowering azaleas, moss blocks, and then moss carpets. So that's what we have going on here. I'm trying to make some progress. If you notice, I cleared out a lot of space here because we're still going to do the flower farm, the warped nylium farm, and the crimson nylium farm. So it'll be a three bank. It's the same design, but you can switch out between the 3 different blocks. So if you use grass blocks, that gives you flowers in the sort. If you use the crimson nylium, that will give you the crimson fungus and the crimson roots. And if you do the warped nylium, that'll give you the warped fungus and the warped roots. Now, what we're going to ultimately do is just have the warped fungus, the crimson fungus, and then everything else will also get turned into bone meal. And then that will go into the bamboo farm, which we're going to put over here. We're going to put a bone meal powered bamboo farm over here, and that will feed into the super smelter, which is here. So this goes up into the super smelter. We'll probably do an item elevator rather than doing the bubble column, just because we want the items to move quickly. So we'll probably do the item elevator. We might do that at double speed, so it'll be 2 wide, and then we'll move that up, and then it'll go into the smoker, and then into the super smelter, which is over here. So we still got lots of work to do, but I'm making progress. And then I'm not exactly sure what the drops are and what the drop rate is for the flower farm. I know it'll drop seeds, I know it'll drop grass, but I don't know how many different flowering types it'll drop, because it's based on the zone that you're in. So we'll have to build it and see what we get, and then that'll ultimately decide what the rest of this storage facility is going to look like. But the power on button is going to be here for the flower farm. So this is the power on button for the moss farm, which is right here. So those drops will come and go over here. And then the flower farm will be over here. So we'll probably be punching into this wall here. And it's 9 blocks per module. So if we do 3 modules, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then a break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this spot right here would be the full 3 module bank. So it'll be crimson, warped, and then flowers in the center on this wall here. And then, like I said, back here we'll be doing bamboo. So we've got some work to do ahead of us, but just hang in there. We'll keep you guys updated. Maybe we'll do a stream where we actually do some work. Let's check this. Okay, let's make sure. So we've been having a problem where the hopper minecart keeps stopping, like right at this point right here, if you unload the chunk for some reason. And I was trying to see if it's because it's on a chunk border, but it's not. As you can tell, this is a chunk edge, this is a chunk edge. But, well, maybe it might be that. We might actually be in the middle of a chunk. Alright. That might be what it is. Because this is a chunk edge here. This is a chunk edge here. Alright, and that's where the minecart usually stops when we unload. So that might be the problem. Yay, bug rock. We might have to figure out how to fix that. But anyways, alright, so let's go and just dump some of this stuff off here. So we have a little bit of empty inventory for going into the nether. We'll keep the steak. Let's see here. Oh, we don't need our shovel, and we don't really need the axe. So, and we really don't need the hoe. Alright, so let's see here. We've got food, we've got a pickaxe. Let's go to the nether. So, like I said, I'm on the hunt for the materials to finish the castle keep, which is going to be a lot and lot of blackstone. Did some rough calculations earlier today, and we're looking roughly 5,000 blocks of blackstone. So, hopefully we don't get too bored with that. But we're gonna do this probably an hour at a time. And because we're in the nether, we can do some speed. We can do some speed mining, some sprint mining, to get through the netherrack, which we will ultimately. Ooh, hey, look! I forgot I killed some slimes in here. Slime balls are always nice. They come in handy. We're definitely going to need them for when I start working on some of the other components. Let's see here. Our diamond stacks are getting pretty good. We got 2 stacks plus 3. Alright, so let's see here. Okay, so I've got a couple of stacks already, but that's not enough. We need more. And there. I don't know if I've brought you guys over to the nether. This is probably the first time. But this is our little hub base here for the nether. So got saddles for the lava striders. And then we just got some basic storage over here. Nothing too spectacular. Alright, got some gilded there. And got some warp nylium. Okay. Let's see here. Crimson. Alright, so there's that. And that's empty. There's that. Alright, so our goal for this is we're going to try to fill this up with blackstone. So, here we go. And if we can find some ancient debris while we're at it, that would be awesome. And then another thing we're going to do, now that we have quartz, is we are going to go in that direction and build a pathway to the fortress that's over that way. So that will be one of our things. We've already got a path down here that heads that direction. So that is in the direction, but okay. So let's go this way. So ultimately, I would like to turn this. This is a three wide, 3x3 hallway here. I'd actually like to go ahead and do that with this one too. So we'll go ahead and already. Well, that was fast. I was kind of hoping we'd be able to go a little bit further before we hit lava. All right. Okay, so there's some blackstone there. Blackstone there. Alright, so that is to the rest of the guys' castle. Dead end there. Dead end there. And then if you go this way, blackstone there. We'll have to grab that. Ultimately, all these tunnels will be 3x3. Alright, so the castle's that way. Okay. Oh, looks like they've been digging some work here. Now, if we go this way, this tunnel leads to... This portal here leads to the end portal where we did the dragon, and we'll have to venture in there one of these nights to actually get some shulker boxes to make our lives a hell of a lot easier and upgrade our storage capacity for these treks that we're doing here. But anyways, let's get back to what we were doing before we get too sidetracked. And then... Alright, so, where were we? Ah, this way. Oh. Now that's the only thing you have to be careful with when you do that, when you do this speed mining, is lava and gravel, because both can kill you. Alright. think we've gotten pretty good amount. Let's go ahead and start grabbing some of these big clusters here. So some of the projects we got planned for the realm is we're going to finish up the village. Fuzzy's working on doing the villager buildings now. And what we're going to do is we're going to set them up. We're going to make some nice buildings. We're going to set up each building with a certain type of villager, like the toolsmith or the armorsmith. And we're going to use that to put 1 or 2 villager traders in there. So that way the starting area will have a little bit of something for everybody who comes in. As we've mentioned before, that's kind of what we're trying to do is we want to have it so that as soon as you log in, you can go to the village, get some stuff, and then head out on your adventure and not have to worry about dying. Some of these Blackstone generations are big, I have noticed. It doesn't seem like there's any rhyme or reason to them. They just go on forever. And as I was saying, once we finish the village up, we will move down from the mountain and we will start working on our village, our fishing town and port. Now that's going to be fun because we're going to be doing some ships. We're going to be doing some ships in the harbor and some different some different buildings down there. It's going to be quite a big thing, quite a big feat. But hopefully you guys will stick around and enjoy watching us build. And then maybe give us some input on what you would like to see next. So we're taking some inspiration from a couple of well-known YouTubers, Fwip being one of them, where he does the last hardcore world he did, or better Minecraft. I'm not for sure which series it was. But the last series he did, he made districts for different things, tree for wood and food and stuff like that. So we're gonna basically kind of do the same thing, but we want to make towns, and each town is going to be dedicated to a different item. So one town's gonna be dedicated to fishing. That's where the docks are gonna come into play. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the passive fish farm. Ooh, that was a long drop. Ooh, I am glad I got my feather falling boots on. I did not look down that hole. Shame on me. Alright, let's get back up here and try not to kill ourselves again. that was scary. Alright, where were we? Oh yeah, the fishing village. We're gonna do the passive fish farms. And then we'll also do a AFK fish farm for other things. So we'll have bones, we'll have books, we'll have bows, rods, water bottles, and then we'll have a nice big storage system that will be attached to that. And then, like I said, we'll have some nice decorative features. There'll be trading involved, the different fishmongers and a library. There's going to be a nice big town. And then we're going to move away from that. We'll do, once we finish that, well, in between doing that, I'm going to also be working on setting up a piglin bartering farm here in the Nether, so that we can start getting some of the Soul Walker enchant and some crying obsidian, so we can get we can build another beacon, because our fellow people on the server here have died quite a few times. In the Nether, and we just want to kind of... Really? Okay. Two blocks of lava and one area. I wonder if there's any more in here. I hope not. There's a lot of quartz here, which we'll have to grab as well, because we're going to be making a lot of comparators, and then we might even use it as a decorative block in some of our builds. We haven't discussed that yet, but... Now, one thing to note when these guys... Hey, psst, hey, look at me. When you see these guys running around, if you find a gold... If you find the nether gold, do not mine that around them. They are very greedy when it comes to their gold. They're like Scrooge McDuck. And if you open a chest or you mine a gold block around them, they will attack you. Doesn't matter if you're wearing a piece of gold armor or anything. If you steal their gold, they will attack you. And if it's gold, they think it's theirs. So just keep that in mind when you're down here getting resources and stuff. Try not to go after gold bricks while they're running around. Alright, where is the main shaft that we were working on? Okay, is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay. So far, we've managed to get some good chunks of blackstone right next to each other. So this works. Looks like... Oh yeah, we got quite a few stacks right now. But we'll just keep going here. See what we can get. We're about 35 minutes into the stream right now, so let's run it for another 20 minutes or so and see what we end up with. And probably end up making a trip back to the our little hub there to drop off and see what see what the numbers look like. And as long as I'm not falling asleep, we will maybe go for another hour and see what we can come up with. So, I know I'm really just streaming for myself, but this is how you start content, and that's what this is all about. Just trying to get the hang of things and hopefully learn how to do this properly so I don't sound like an idiot all the time. Now, one thing is, if you're new to the channel, give us some feedback. Let us know what kind of content you're looking for. Do you like the just babbling about Minecraft? Or do you want to see more tutorial videos? Or do you want to see us just build? Or do you want to see us PvP or mini games? There's a lot of things that we can do with this. It's just trying to find a direction. For right now, we're just gonna go with a little bit of babbling. And as we grow, hopefully, so will our content, and we'll be splitting off and doing different things. Now, Fuzzy's got his channel going, and I've got my channel, but we also decided that we were going to do a group channel, where both of us will get on and do our community builds, basically. So when we're trying to work on a project together, and rather than me posting a video on my channel, him posting a video on his channel, we can post a video on the group channel, and you can see us both working on that one. Because if you haven't noticed yet, Fuzzy is more of the artistic. He's the one that makes it all look pretty, whereas I'm more of the technical redstone guy. I like building the contraptions and making them all work. That's my shtick. So we try to make a good team for each other. I build it, he makes it look pretty. And we are getting some serious block lag here. Alright, what do we got here? Okay. Now, you have to be careful when doing when you're doing the blackstone at this level, because sometimes you can hit lava, because the lava lake can be as low as 21, and if you listen closely, you can hear it bubbling. So you definitely want to keep an eye out. Always, if you can, we're kind of early game still. If you can, keep a fire resistance potion on you. So that way, just in case, if you're digging out like this and you hit some lava unexpectedly, you can at least chug that potion and get yourself some fire resistance to keep you alive long enough to get out of whatever mess it is that you put yourself in. Now, I don't have any fire resistance potions, so I'm trying to be careful when doing this. watching the ceiling for the telltale little lava drip. And listening intently to hear that gurgle gurgle that the lava has. Oh, wait, there was a pile over here, wasn't there? Yes. Hey, look at that, folks. Piece of ancient debris. And that is how it happens. So you always want to dig around the ancient debris, because I know when they first brought it out, it used to be there was only one piece per chunk. And then they changed it up, so now that it can cluster up to 4 pieces next to each other. So you always want, if you find one, you always want to dig around just to make sure that there's not another one hanging out. So we'll go ahead and grab that. That's one piece down for ancient debris, because as you can tell, I am still wearing diamond armor. And we want to switch that over so that we have some netherite, just so we're maxed out. But that was a nice find. Now, the extra benefit of going from diamond to netherite is when you're wearing diamond armor, you still get knockback effect. So when skeletons shoot you, or when zombies hit you, you get that little knockback. So if you are wearing netherite armor, from what I understand, that knockback is actually reduced by a certain percentage. Alright, so this is the nether gold that I was talking about. If you come across this, always double check your surroundings and make sure that there are no piglins running around, because they will attack you if they see you mine that gold. Now, we seem to be okay. I don't hear any, I don't see any, so we're going to go ahead and grab this. And the one other thing, tasty little tidbit for you, is when you go to actually smelt this down. Alright. Like normal gold ore, smelt the full block rather than fortune picking it into a nugget. So, sorry. If you take this, you can actually stick these in the furnace as is, and they will smelt down into full bricks of gold, rather than fortune picking them into nuggets and turning those nuggets into bricks. You actually end up getting a little bit more in the long run. looks like we're starting to fill up here. Let's go this way. See what else we got. Magma. Quartz. Gold. Oh wow, that's a good one. Alright. There we go. More blackstone. Wasn't a lot of blackstone in that one. Okay, got some more gold there. I hear it gassed. Yeah, I'm probably the world's worst Minecrafter because I will use whatever tool I have to break a block. Alright, so it doesn't look like we're... Okay, so if you notice the particles, you see they look like snow particles? That means we are currently in a basalt delta. Now, when you move into a crimson biome, into a crimson forest, the particles will change to red particles. And we need some of this. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, and there we go. We'll get that. Alright. Make our way over here. We'll take this. So, the Nether has definitely changed a lot. Now, I'm getting a little excited about the teasers that they're doing for 119 with the deep slate, deep cities and the warden being a new boss. That does intrigue me a lot. I just don't know if they're going to do it like if they're going to do it as like they do with the end, where we actually have to go to a different area, or if they're just going to make these villages in the lower depths of the world, kind of like a fortress, and you have to find it. Like the Woodland Mansions, that was something similar to that aspect. Okay, so see the red particles? We are in a crimson biome now. more technical items when it comes to Minecraft. Are you guys interested in that kind of stuff? Like learning some of the parodies between Java and Bedrock, or oh, looks like we have, let's get rid of that, because we want Blackstone more than we want anything else. Let's see here. Or are you guys just looking for the fun of it? Okay, looks like this is going to be the last batch we're going to be able to grab here. And then we'll have to make a dash back to the hub to drop off. Alright, looks like Tipsy was hanging out. Now he's part of the other crew that's working at the castle. Maybe we'll take you over there and let you look at some of what they got going on, because man, have they've been building like crazy rabbits over there. Nope, he's back. Alright, which way did we go? Which way did we come? We came from that direction. We're going this direction. Alright. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. As always, that's how we get the channel noticed, is by you guys liking and subscribing. That's the only way we're going to grow, hopefully get out there. And that also helps us know that we're doing something right. And we know which direction to head in, because if you guys really don't like the content we're putting out, obviously you not liking and not subscribing will let us know that, and we will adjust accordingly. Whoa. Well, that's always fun. Alright, so it looks like there's a cave there. So, anyways, I guess, just a little mining chit chat between friends here. Kind of give you a rough idea of what I've got going on. I'm a father of 7. Been at it a hot minute here. My oldest is turning 23 this year, and then I have a pair of 21-year-olds. I have an 18, a 16, a 15, hey, look, another piece, and then a 2. We almost had them all out of the house, and we decided that life wasn't challenging enough, so we needed a little more challenge. So we decided to have another baby. And 2 pieces. This is turning out to be very fruitful. Now, obviously, if we were actually going on an ancient debris hunt, we would definitely be finding more. The spawn rate of it seems to be a whole lot better now. We managed to get, I think the last time we actually went ancient debris mining, and all we did was we sprint mined in a straight line. We managed to get roughly almost a stack. I believe it was like 45 or 50 pieces in about an hour. So it really is a lot better than what it used to be. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so we've hit the 1 hour mark on this. So I think we'll go ahead and we'll finish grabbing this and then head back to the hub. So that way we don't die with our ancient debris. That's always a bad way to go. Because we're getting to a full inventory of blackstone here. So what I want to do with this blackstone is I'm going to end up turning it into polished blackstone, and that's going to be my building block for the castle. We're going to do some polished blackstone and some deep slate brick, and yeah, let's go ahead and call it and head back to the hub. We've got about 700 more bricks to break before our pickaxe is done for, so I think we'll go ahead, and it looks like this is the end of the tunnel anyways. Yeah, this is as far as they dug. That's fine. So we'll go ahead and we'll head back, and we'll drop off, and we'll go to the skeleton spawner, mend up the pickaxe a little bit, and then come back and we'll do some more. So just hang in there. Oh, I missed a brick. Alright, let's get back there. Now, if I remember correctly, this is my 5th video, my 5th stream. So hopefully I'm getting better at it. Um, usually not a big talker, so trying to fill the void with conversation is a little difficult for me sometimes. I have ADD, so my brain goes 900 million directions, and it's never easy. And that's the lava that you have to worry about when you're doing the sprint mining. Is you gotta worry about that lava, because it will get you just like that if you're not careful. Luckily, our gear has protection 4 on every piece, so we've got a little bit of protection. And then the gravel. I was hoping I'd be able to show you that, because that's the one downfall to doing this kind of ancient debris mining. While it's fast, because you can go through and knock down a ton of blocks. And then what you do is you just come back and you look to see if you got any ancient debris, which it doesn't look like it. Looks like we're sometimes it's hard because when you get going at speed, you can't see the difference between the ancient debris and the regular netherrack. So I usually I sprint a little bit and then I backtrack a little bit just to kind of see if maybe I missed something. And then I sprint a little bit more. And then I backtrack a little bit. But if you get your line started a little bit ahead of you, you can actually almost insta-mine the netherrack without doing the sprinting, and you can check the wall and not run into lava like that. And be a little safer. But you can also check the wall as you're going to make sure you're not missing the netherrack, missing the ancient debris. Now there is 2 other methods of ancient debris mining that you can do. One is the bed bombing technique, which you definitely want to make sure you have some OP diamond armor, because what you do, and maybe we'll demonstrate it for you later. We'll take some wool, we'll make some beds, but basically you dig you a tunnel like so, and then you punch in 5, put a bed down, and since beds explode in the nether, when you go to try to sleep in it, it makes a very large crater and knocks out a lot of bricks all at once. And look at that. 3 pieces. Now we're not mining for efficiency here, we're just kind of mining as we go. So 3 pieces in an hour isn't too bad. Obviously, if we were mining for efficiency, we would want that to be a whole lot higher, but it's still good. It's all good in the hood. Alright, so let's go head back to the portal. We'll drop off what we got. Add our ancient debris to our pile. Ooh, okay, there's a lot of blackstone there. Okay, we'll have to come back for that. And then I think when we come back, we'll go ahead and start working on the walls. Since we already did the ceiling, we'll work on the walls and make our way down the walls. We'll do this one here, and then I think we'll do that one there. And then we'll work that and go down. Alright, let's drop off this stuff real fast. So, as you can tell, we have a crimson forest right here. So this is where the hoglins like to live. So what we were going to do is we were actually going to take this area right here and do our hoglin, piglin bartering farm. Oh, get out of here before he attacks us. Now that's gonna take some doing, because there's a lot that goes into building one of those. You have to have a gold farm, because it costs a lot of gold for them guys to trade with. But the trades that you do get in return are definitely worth it. Alright, so that was a good haul. Definitely a lot better than I was expecting. We'll go ahead and take that, stick that there. And then we'll put the sand in this one. And that there. And we'll take that and we'll go back to the house and mend up our little pickaxe here. Alright. Now I have noticed that on the YouTube, because the more content we've put out, I've noticed that there's got a lot more videos are being somebody's been here. I sense a disturbance. I've noticed that a lot more of the videos that I've posted have come up in the algorithm to actually be viewed. So that's a good sign that we're actually getting to a point where things are starting to roll around. So, alright, let's go ahead and... So, Fuzzy already has all his equipment nethered and all his tools, and that's what's left. So, I am building up the stock so that I can do Minecraft now. And there's our ender chest, which we don't have anything in, only because it's also tied into the other group. So we try not to leave stuff in the ender chest. But let's come down here and I'll show you what I've finished down here. Anybody dizzy yet? I love doing the spiral staircases, but at the same time, I don't love them. I end up getting very, very dizzy. If you play Minecraft for a long period of time, you'll notice you get that little motion blur. Okay, looks like we got a whole bunch of cats down here. I don't know how all the cats got down here. So, we have our bubble elevator, and it goes up, goes over, and it drops into these storage bins here. If you notice, we're doing pretty good on materials. I gotta make an item frame for this one. But let's see if the mob cap's been hit. I hear water, but I don't hear any. I don't hear any clink, clink, clink of bones. So it looks like our mob cap has already been hit. And this is one of the drawbacks to being on a server is even though the mob cap can exponentially be up to 140 of hostile mobs, I can't get any over here because our other person on the server has already got all the bad guys over by where he's at. So this spawner won't spawn anymore because they've already capped us out. So looks like we're gonna have to switch pickaxes. Here we go again. We're gonna get all dizzy. Looks like we're gonna have to switch pickaxes over to the fortune one, and maybe we'll have to mend up tomorrow. So what we'll do is we'll go grab the other pickaxe out of the toolbox. Oh, and he has left. I wonder if now that he has left, if we can get... Of course, he waited until I got all the way to the top of the stairs before he left. I wonder if now that he's gone, if we logged out and then logged back in, if the spawner would start spawning. Let's try that out. Let's go back down here. Okay, I don't hear any bones yet. So, we're the only ones on here. So let's go ahead and log out, and then let's try logging back in. So we're going to log out. And then we're going to log back in. And we'll see if that helps. And see if that kicks the spawner over. There we go. And if you listen, you can hear them as they drop into the world. The mob mechanics on Bedrock are weird at best. If I kind of wish our mob mechanics were like Java, and that's one of the parity things, where if we were more like Java, we could get, because we're moving the hostile mobs out of the spawning area and they're being dealt with rather quickly, we can actually keep that mob cap where it's gonna constantly spawn hostile mobs. And that's really what we need on Bedrock, but for some reason they feel that it slows the game down too much. Excuse me. Alright, so here's the first couple of guys. And we're gonna let this build up so we can potentially get anywhere from 8 to 10 hostile mobs in here at one time. I do like the old days when we used to be able to get as many mobs as we could stack into a hole. But once they changed the mob mechanics, it's really difficult now. So alright, so we're gonna sit here, we're gonna mend this up. If you guys wanna go and grab a coffee and chillax for a hot second, maybe go watch a YouTube video from Prowl or Blue Jay or Blue Nerd or Mumbo Jumbo, go ahead. We'll be here. Check back with us in a few minutes and we'll go from there. almost mended up again. Alright, almost there. Alright. Let's go ahead and dump all this extra stuff in here. That way you guys can see. So, if you see, there goes the items. And then they get filtered into their respective and just like that, good to go. Alright, let's get out of here so this can despawn. I'm getting tired. I don't know if I can make another run. So, I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take a walk over to the village real quick. Because Fuzzy told me that he found a cave spider spawner. So we're gonna take a look and see where that's at, so we can turn that into a string farm. And then I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night. And I will see you guys later. So let's go over, we'll take a look, see what we got. Yeah, the wall's coming along good. He's really making it. Yeah, I'm no good at this stuff. Like I know if I worked at it a little bit, I could probably get it, but I don't have the vision for it, I guess. Alright, let's see here. Now, where did he say that cave spider spawner was? Oh, looks like he's already starting to work on some paths and some buildings. Okay, looks like that's going to be a building there. And then this comes up here. What's he got over here? Okay. He said it was right on the surface and I couldn't miss it. Okay, well, I am obviously not finding where this cave spider spawner is. Let's try going this way. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and call it. And I will have to catch up with Fuzzy later as to when, where that skeleton or the spider spawner is. Because I do not know. Okay. Alright, folks, I'm going to call it here for the night. And we'll get back with you tomorrow. Good evening.